My life has been an interesting journey. Growing up, I was a happy, talkative child, very talkative. I made friends, played with friends, but friends have family, and family can be cruel. As a child, you don't know the horrors of the world. All you know is there are people, and then there is mommy and daddy. You never know who's lurking. As adults, you know certain things, but as a child, everything is rainbows and butterflies. Being a friendly child, it can alter your growth in a positive way or a negative way. I guess it just depends on the person. This is the beginning, chapter one, my story and who I am as a filmmaker. I always believe in beginning at the beginning. I am Triana Johnson, and I am a filmmaker. I live my life for each day. Because as a child, I faced certain demons. My child friend had, my only friend, and her father, they weren't close, but he was an overcompensator. A child's life isn't always what a person or a parent looks for it to be. Trials happen that changes the course of a person's life. My mother did her best raising her children, and in doing so, she was always honest with us. I knew at a young age that a man shouldn't touch a young child. This is the first time I've talked about this publicly. I met my friend after we moved into our new home. She and I quickly became friends. He occasionally took the neighborhood kids to games, skating rinks, and other activities. I learned quickly that he has more interest in me than the others. He kept me by his side. When he left the game to get snacks, I had to go with. And even though I didn't know how to skate, he wanted me to go with the other kids. To everyone else, he was the cool dad, the pillar of the neighborhood. But a 9, 10-year-old, darkness grew within me, and I became withdrawn and subsequently alone. I struggled with this every day. I didn't bathe on the days we were to go with him, but that didn't help. I was his special girl. As many children in the situation, I felt I did something wrong, so I never told anyone. I was embarrassed. I was scared. Until one night, I just couldn't get away. I tried, but I was unsuccessful. He dropped the other kids off and took me to a dark street, told me to get out of the car. As I got out, he said, "Who's my favorite girl?" After that day, I never went with him again, and I never played with friends again. I stayed home, imagined stories, things that made me happy. I began writing, and I've been writing ever since. Because I was subject to molestation, and I say it that way because I hate to feel like the victim in any situation. However, due to this, a creative side of me, though brought on in one of the worst ways, had been awakened. I at a young age began to write very graphic novels, and though people wondered where this was coming from, I never said anything. After the novels, I geared more towards children and helping them, making sure nothing happened to them like it had me. I got into the arts, modeling, plays, auditions for television. I did whatever it took to keep my imagination and never addressing what happened to me. As a young adult, my art follows me. I crave capturing every moment because you never know when you'll get that moment back. I'll withdraw when I'm sad or hurt, but I soon realize in that moment I'm better than I was. My attacker is not the reason I am who I am as a filmmaker. My struggles and strong spirits are. My imagination is my art. I am Triana Johnson, a cinematography student at Full Sail University, and this is who I am as a filmmaker.